Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and I'm here with part 4 of my altered book into a scrap journal. Now, if you haven't seen the previous 3 parts, all the links are in the description box below. I would recommend watching those 3 because there's important information scattered throughout them that I'm not going to cover now, and it's probably going to answer the questions you're going to ask me in the comments anyway. So, a couple of things have changed since I worked in this. I have done 1 or 2 extra pages in here without you. If I could find them, I'd be quite happy about that. That's one of them. And there's a green one somewhere that I was struggling with. And that's another one. You'll see them all in the flip through. So today, basically, I just want to go through and do as many decorating of pages as I can within an hour. There has been one significant change, however. Right, you will recognize this if you've seen the previous videos. This was the very first page I did. Then I did that one off screen, so this was the first few pages. Then there was a page between the cover and this, and as you can see, there no longer is a page because I covered it in tissue and I didn't like it, to be honest with you, but I love these pages. So what I did is I stuck those 2 pages together, still not giving me too thick of a page. It's inadvertently strengthened this join here because obviously double pages, and this means that I've got this as my first pages. Question is, why didn't I just tear it out? Well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, because if I tore this page out, it would weaken the spine. If I've torn this page out, I would have lost this. So gluing them together was the only solution I could come up with. So we're just going to get on with this, guys. I'm going to do what I was doing before, just open randomly at a page and see if I can find one I haven't done. You watch, I'm never going to find one I haven't done. Oh, okay, this is one. Okay, I don't think this needs a lot, to be honest with you. I'm going to be using my Pritt stick as normal. I'm not overly sure what else this needs. I think I had to put some labels. I love how these washi strips, I wish I knew where I got them from because I really enjoy using them. I think I need some labels of some sort on here. Maybe words. Let's have a little look through words. Now, I try to keep this in shot, but if I'm not in shot, please forgive me. I'm trying to get as close as I possibly can to... I might stick that there. Get you as close as I possibly can is what I'm trying to say. And in doing that, there always has to be some sacrifice somewhere. That might go down there. Let's get those 2 on first. Let's just glue those on. Now, I don't always ink around the edges. And if I do, it's not consistent. I will probably just go around the edges of the whole page when I regard it as finished. There's a really strong chance, well, not a strong, it's almost a guarantee, I am not going to be able to get all 94 pages done with you watching. So once we go on to the cover, there will be a flip through. Either the flip through will be part of the cover make, or the flip through will be another video after that. You're going to see some pages that actually you've not seen decorated, is what I'm trying to get to. Right, stick this down here. Another thing to let you know is we are heading towards the end of August. So the next video after this one will be my color combo video. It's something I do monthly and have done for a couple of years. So there's going to be a video in between this and doing the cover, to be honest with you. That's what I'm trying to get at. Let's put some colour on there. And I'm excited about October's colour combo video because it's not only going to be me doing the colour combo, which I'm not going to explain to you because that gets explained in that video. It's also going to be a launch of a range of stamps, foam stamps I put together. I do feel it needs a Tracy Fox label or 2, but I want to stay really neutral with these. So what have we got here? I quite like a bit of a statement one up there. That will do. Do I leave those corners on? Probably not. Just excuse me while I do a little bit of snip snip. And there you go, that one can go up there. I tend to use labels and such to go over joins in the paper. So there is a join in the paper there, so just by putting a label on it, I've now concealed it. Not that they need huge concealing, but sometimes it's nice to conceal something like this. Has got the opportunity to have something reasonably large there. What's that? I don't like that. That's not what I want. Oh, that's interesting, but it's not what I want. Let's pull those in again for you. I don't mind adding a little bit of colour. I would like something a little, oh, that's actually better. I think that's the one for that. And it fits quite nicely in that gap. I don't mind losing that one little word there. The word was me, M-E. So I'm happy with that. And I do need something about here. Account due doesn't feel right. That does, just a little number. These numbers are most of the numbers you see, and sorry, let's start that again. Most of the labels you see in this sort of box are actually a digital download from Tracy Fox, or actually numerous digital downloads of her label digitals. She has a shop on Etsy called Love Junk Journals. She also has a Ko-fi shop as well, although I don't know the name of that one. Right, I think I'm going to leave that as is. I mean, I've got the opportunity. I could come in and put other stuff in, but I think if I leave it like this, it allows me to decorate it up more should I feel it needs it when I'm using that page. Let's go back to here somewhere. What's this? Ooh, this was always going to be a page. I was going to... Do I want to attempt that now? I'm not even sure what this says to me. Now, I could stay completely blue. Let's have a look, see what we've got as far as blue flowers. I've got these flowers here. So I've got blue. I mean, I'm not sure I want to do just blue flowers on here, but you never know. It might work. These flowers are foam stamps. Mainly the designs here are by Darcy Sanders and the... I'm sorry, guys, it's completely gone from my brain can't work today. Designs by the designers at PM Artist Studio. That's what I'm trying to get at. Let's see, we've got... Right, so we've got more than enough blues, so blue is fine. Right, now do I want to stick with... Right. I've got 3 of those, and they're really shiny, and these are not, so I think we're going to stick with those. Right, so if I put those on the page somewhere, I can deal with that. Do they need leaves? Maybe they do need leaves. Right, now I've got leaves here, which is sort of in keeping with this. I don't know where to put this. Right. Let's see if I put leaves behind these. Actually, that's not that bad if I've got more of those colours. I mean, I have these Tim Holt ones, but those are more tree. And I've got these little things as well, which are die cuts. I don't fancy putting myself through the trauma of trying to get those all glued up. If I can find another one like that, I'd be quite happy. Let's just pop that over there and see if I can get these out of there. These are made from book pages, guys. So pages like this, which I clean up my paints and brayers on when I'm doing gel printing, or ones that are patterned, and I just cut them into leaf shapes. I do have dies, obviously, for this sort, but they're the only dies I've got. So let's pull out these as well, because I might have to use those if I can't find another one of the other colour. That's nearly that colour. So I know quite a few of you are actually doing these as well. having an altered book experience. As I said all the way along, just make sure you follow your own gut instinct is my major advice when you're doing something like this, because if you're following me verbatim, don't forget, my book may be different than your book. My book may have different strengths and weaknesses to your book. So it's very important that you regard what you're using and make judgment calls on that. I've lost track what colour I'm looking for. I quite like that colour. Let's stick with those. I want another one just in case I need it. Right. So, yes, I'm loving doing this book, this journal, and I'm going to be very happy to use it. Although I must admit, I'll be glad when it's done. I will definitely be glad when it's done. Oh, good. I've got a mixture of leaves here. That's fine. And I've got a half leaf in case I need it. Right. Now, I don't really want to go across the join. I don't want to go across the join because it then thickens up the join, but I don't mind being close to the join. Right, so if I put leaf, let's see. And that could go off the top up there. I think that might work. Or actually, this is the same leaf as that. If I put that along there. Right, I think that would work. Let's put that to one side. Right, now the important thing is to remember which order things are going down in. So I need to put the leaves down first, or the leaf in this instance. Right, so I wanted that to be about there. We will cut the excess off when we cut it off. And depending on how much I have to cut off, I'm just gluing over here, by the way, we could save that part of the flower or that part of the leaf. Right. Just out of curiosity, what's on the next page? No, I was going to say you could always wrap it around the page, but that's not what's going to happen there. See, this was a half leaf from a previous one. So I can stick this down, and that means I've just utilized a half leaf. Excuse my arm being in the way. I don't want that all the way down the spine. I want it back up a little bit. And this one here. It's an absolutely miserable day here today. It's pouring down with rain, it's cold, it's dark. I'm hoping this video is going to be bright enough to post. If not, I'm right up. Let's just say it's going to be difficult because I haven't got time to do another video. I think that way. And also, I went out this morning for a walk because I'm trying to do a combination of my treadmill and walking every day, just for fitness sake. And I went out for a walk today because I needed to go down to a store near me to pick up. What did I need to pick up? I can't remember what I went out for. That's a sign of my age, isn't it? And I walked into the store and they've got 2 whole aisles of Christmas stuff. I'm like, are you kidding me? Gnomes, Christmas trees, baubles, wreaths. I'm like, you've got to be... Sorry. It's my annual rant. It just, I don't understand. We're not even in September yet. And already we have Christmas in our aisles. Right. So bear with me while I just carefully cut these off here. Scissors are getting on my nerves. Thank you to all of you who the way have suggested what to do about my scissors. Now I'm not keeping that bit. Cutting foil with it is one thing I did know about. The one that got me that I've not heard of with this brand is Tim Holtz, apparently in one of his lives, actually did mention if they start getting blunt to get some sandpaper and just to sharpen them with that, which I was quite surprised at. I was like, oh, okay, that's not what I would have thought, but so I think I'm going to try the cutting foil thing first, because I know that works with my punches. Right, that bit I'm going to keep, and what I'm going to do is, because there's glue on it, I'm going to leave it glue side up to one side so that I've got access to it while it's drying. Sorry, spinning the book around is probably making you all feel sick. Very sorry about that. And I'm going to take that bit off there. And you may think, why are you saving that bit? Because sometimes I might need to just tuck something onto the edge of a page just to fill in a gap. Well, I've completely forgotten where the front is. Right, there you go. Right, so there you go. I didn't know that I was going to make a blue page, but now, do I want to put other things on here? Probably. Let's have a little look. And what I'm trying to do is not match things, but because there's green here and there's green here, it complements. If I was to put something like this color on here, it's not on the page, so I wouldn't use it. Actually, I don't mind that little one or that little one. If I do that, I'll put a label underneath it, or just this one's working for me. It's speaking to me, as it were. So yes, I was a bit shocked. Christmas in August. I was like, come on, guys. I mean, really, I understand that the arts and crafts world starts early. I mean, we have to. For those who are making Christmas cards and Christmas stuff to sell products or to sell their cards at Christmas, you have to start about June or July to be able to get everything in order, ready to sell them at the right time of year. But seriously, do you not think for the general populace, do we really need to be thinking about Christmas this early in? I'm beginning to sound a bit like a cracked record here, but I could put butterflies on here. And I say that because it's a garden page. Why wouldn't I consider butterflies? Now, I do have butterflies here that are on bits of book page. Not sure. What are you? Are you the same one? You're not the same one. They're not wow enough for me. What are these? Right. Oh, that's pretty wow, isn't it? Oh, I think he's a winner. That's a winner. These are clear stickers, by the way, guys. Again, I don't know where they came from. I'm not being evasive on this. I seriously don't know where things come from. I do not keep track of all my purchases or happy mails or gifts or things I stumble across, because what you're looking at here, my supplies are a couple of years in the building, and there's no way I can keep track of all of this. Actually, I quite like the idea, so I'm struggling down here because sticky fingers are not sticky when it comes to plastic. I've got some that are actually on angles. That would perch nicely there. That could perch nicely there. Wonder whether I've got one of those that's in another. I think I could get away with that up there. One quick look through, see I've not got that style in flat open wings. I think I do. I think that's going to be the one that goes up there. Right. Now, when it comes to these butterfly stickers, these clear plastic ones, I know that they're quite sticky. I know you're going to say, Ceri, they're stickers, they would be sticky. Not all stickers are sticky enough for me. However, I do think these are sticky enough for me to just stick them down without glue, if I can get the backing off them. Yeah, oh no, yes, no. There you go. I'm far better with these sort of stickers. I like the little legs to be shown. I'm probably not going to be shown a lot. And then when I put them on, I do give them a bit of a burnish just to make sure that they are pressed down. I feel this page is heavier than this page. That's a smaller butterfly. That larger butterfly could go. This feels a bit empty. Yet that makes it feel too big. However, I don't mind that. Let's put that down there. I was quite surprised when I was editing the last video at how many pages I managed to get done in the amount of time I had allocated. And especially when you reckon I did a lot of talking in that video because there was some very definite comments that needed answering. Okay, and you can sit up there, that's fine with me. And again, I think I'm going to leave the rest of this until something presents itself. Let's pop you by there. Yeah, because this needs something. Right, where are we up to? Right, I did a little bit on this page last night. I put this and this here, and these were these washi strips, which are these things. Again, as I said, I'm not sure where they came from. I've had them a long, long time. And I do wish I knew where they came from because I would buy more of them because I use them a lot. Now, this page, all the way along, I have kind of thought this needs to be birds in flight. Now, what birds in flight I've got is a whole nother issue because I don't know. I've got plenty of birds. Oh, look, there's a goose. And this is a Mother Goose book. Is this Mother Goose's nursery rhymes? I'm going to keep that out to one side, just in case something presents itself, should we say. None of those are flying. No. I don't know that I've got a heck of a lot of birds in flight. And if I have, they're probably seagulls. It doesn't mean it couldn't be seagulls. Right, that's not a seagull, but it is something that's flying. See, I feel if I'm going to do seagulls, then the butterflies and things don't work here, so I'd like there to be something other flying than that. And I don't have any hot air balloons or stuff of such. Oh, there's another bird of prey. Oh, maybe we're getting a theme here. If I can find enough birds of prey, then maybe it'll be a raptor page. And I'm not talking Jurassic Park velociraptors. I'm talking raptors as in birds who prey on things. Like, that's a raptor. Okay, it may be presenting itself as an eagle. That's another, I believe, raptor. That's not a raptor. Right, I think we've got enough birds there for this. Let's put those back in the box. And I'm not sure all of them are going to be used because that's a lot of birds of prey. I don't feel the eagle belongs with this lot. Let's put it that way. Right, these feel like they all belong. Now that would be that way on because he's hovering. So he would be coming into land, looking at those claws. He would be hovering. He would be flying off into the distance. Is that too many? I like the fact, I think those are all, I don't want to say the same breed because I'm not a bird watcher, but I don't mind that one there. That one is the wrong species, definitely. Yes, I'm going to go with that like that. So I'm going to get the birds down and then see what I want to do next. This might be a place where I could use those Dina Wakley phrases that I've got. God, that rain is so heavy out there. We were forecast to have this, by the way. It's not a surprise. I'm quite happy it's raining because I don't have to water the garden today. But I've got a feeling we were warned it's going to be very, very heavy rain, which means there might be flooding involved, which is never good for anyone except the odd farmer, to be honest with you. So I do this without ripping this one's claws off. Right, okay. So I said I'd like to look at the Dina Wakley words because I've been hanging on to these, thinking there's got to be a use for them. I bought them by mistake, to be honest with you. When I saw these on the screen, I think it must have been eBay, I thought they were stamps. I didn't know they were stamped pieces of tissue. Note to self, learn to read, Griffiths. Turn mistakes into beauty. That doesn't make things right. That doesn't work. That might be able to pull some stuff out of there. Dina, you're probably never going to watch my video, but if you do, make some more of these. Separate them a bit though, because having these this close together causes a few problems. Done is better than perfect. If you never make a mistake, you'll never make anything. I quite like all of these phrases, but actually I could get that on there if I take this corner off. And I think I'm going to do that. How do I want to do this? This stuff doesn't, I don't cut this stuff well. I think you now understand why I don't like doing fussy cutting. It's just too fiddly, far too fiddly. But it's a necessary evil in the world I work within, so I just need to buckle up, buttercup, and get on with it. Right, again, just using glue stick, as I have with everything in this book so far. Right, now I'm going to have to turn this so I can kind of see where this is going. Okay, I'm glad I managed to use that, and I like the way that that line there is sort of a necessary evil. I didn't get glue under there. I wonder that I'm living a dangerous game here. I didn't get glue in that area there. And it's easier to put it on the page than it is to try and glue the sticker. There you go. Ooh. Disaster averted. Right. Now, what else do I need to put on here? I need to look at things that are blue. So, have we got blue tickets? Let's move you over so you just see where I'm going. You can see a flash of blue here. The heck is that? That's so small that I can hardly read it. That's blue, but it looks like the wrong blue. Oh, I saw another flash of blue somewhere. It's another bit of blue. If I get a third piece of blue, I'll probably go with the 3 blues. Saying that, though, I could use white as well, because there's white in the clouds. Let's go through the elements. I can see something there. What's that? Airmail. That would be a bit appropriate, wouldn't it? Is it a sticker? It is a sticker. I think airmail would work for me. Is that the only blue one? Well, there's another one that says airport. Right, we've got more than enough blue things now. Let's get some stuck down. Right. I think I'd rather put that down there. And again, putting it over the join, because there's a join there. Right, I don't like the colour of that one. Airmail. Airmail's got to go somewhere quite prevalent. I like that up there. That's kind of funny that it's airmail. Is that straight? It's as straight as it's going to be, I think. Right. That's very dark, that one. I do feel I want something. Maybe it is going to be this one. Is this one? I don't like the white around that. See if I can cut the white off. Bear with me. I might be fast forwarding some of the cutting around. That's better. Now, if you're new to my videos, just to let you know, I do things in real time. However, if I'm doing things like cutting up or cleaning or wiping down stuff, I will just edit that stuff out, because you don't need to sit through that. That's just mundane stuff that doesn't need to be watched. I try to get rid of as much as I can, but I can't get rid of everything. Right, the writing on that is not level, and that's okay, because it's not as if I put the label on imbalanced. It's just what it is. Right, I do feel I want something here. Just a little something. No, I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to leave this as is, and it'll be one of those things I come back to. Right, let's just start from the back, I think, and see where we're up to. Right, that one is finished. That one is finished. That one's not finished. Right, I'm going to look at these washy postage stamps, which, as you know, I'm not keen on, but I do cut the edges off them. So, actually, I don't, will that fit in there? That might fit in there. Oh, that might fit in there too. That'd be quite pretty. Right, I'll really quickly whip through these. Sorry if you've seen them 1,000 times, but I can't always remember what's on every one of them. I've set that one out because I like the greyness of it. Quite like that one as well. That one's got a dragonfly on it, so I'll definitely be pulling that one out. Right, I think we're going to sort something out from here. So I've got birds, flowers. That's the only bit of pink on this page, so love that, but it may not be going out. Let's just cut the edges off these. Right. Now these I do use a touch of glue on the back. Come on, I know I can see you. There you go. Because they don't really stick that well over time. Right, I think I'm going to put that right up against the edge of there. Okay, I think that was a good choice. Give it a bit of a burnish down. And I don't mind that that finishes that off. I think I'm going to leave it as 2. I'm just going to trim off the edge of this. And see this over here. Now this obviously has nothing to do with sailors. It says sailors up there, so that doesn't matter. That was just the appropriate wording for this page, I felt. Now I think what I'd like to do is I've now made this an avian page, should we call it. So we've got birds on it, and I think I'd like to find a single bird to go down here. Not a very big one, something like that sort of thing, but not that bird. Back to the birds again, aren't we? Ducks. Why do I never use duck? Oh, actually, no, that's not going to work. Right. Well, actually, this little one, that's the one. Don't ask me. I don't know. I just know. And then I think we'll need one thing up there to finish that off. Right, not good. I just ripped his leg off, but don't tell anyone. If you don't tell anyone, I won't tell anyone. Okay, and I just want a little something up there. Right, I'm just going to put this label up there because it can get added to later. It's an opportunity for me to stamp or date or write something into it should I wish. And I think that will just finish that off beautifully. Right, so I think that's that page done. Is there anything else? I think I want to, on this one, I'm just going to ink the edges because I think that's what this is missing. It's just missing the dynamic, the edging the page. And this is Distress Ink Vintage Photo. But I think if you look at that page and look at that page, it really does change the character of a page when you do it without getting obsessed and doing all of it. Okay, I like that. That's a good one. What are we doing for time? Oh, we're doing okay. Let's keep on going this way then. Right, that one's done. That one's done. That one we've already done. That was, I love this. This is one of the pictures from the book and I coloured it in with colour pencils. Love that. That turned out so well. Happy about that. Right. So if I do this one, I think this may have to be the last one that I do with you guys. Purely because I don't want a huge long video. And I am actually thinking I really want Mother Goose in here. Just as a nod to the fact that this was a Mother Goose book. I'm just going to come around the edge a little bit with a vintage photo just to help her stand out a bit. Or him. No, it's Mother Goose. Has to be a her, doesn't it? There's not very many men I know out there that are mothers. If I put it there, that could still be written on in an interesting way. There you go, lovely lady. Now, what else do I want to put on here? As I said, I do have a couple of the Mother Goose image. Oh, actually, that's got a goose on it anyway. Oh, that might be the perfect one for there. Okay, I feel a plan coming together, guys. A plan coming together. I'm liking the fact that I'm using some of the stuff from the original book back in the book, which was my intent all the way along. Not to use it on every page, but definitely to have elements of it. And I think that's perfect down the edge of there. I need some of the stuff in here. Right, this was also from the book. So was this. What was this? What would that have been? Wait, there's nursery rhyme like that, isn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. That's all I remember, guys. I like that. Right, we're doing that as well. So the background of this was just literally book page scraps from my scrapbook, my scrap box. I might come in and colour that one as I did with the frog on the other page. Try to make sure it's lined up. And we'll trim that off. I'll just snip the corner with my punch. I've got that. I thought there was another piece of that somewhere. There's a little piece there. There's a frog piece. And what's that? That's a piper doing something. Well, piping or fluting or a flautist. Is it a flautist? 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 The person who plays a flute, I think, is called a flautist. I'm sure someone's going to correct me on that, but you never know. I might be right for once. It doesn't happen that often. Right, and I think that can just go in there, which seems a nice place for that. I like it when a plan comes together. Right, now these were the little frogs that were with a frog went a courting or a wooing or something. Oops, sorry about that noise. I'm just going to discreetly hide this one down there, because I think that would be a cute place for it. It's one of those little pieces you will notice when you look further at the page without slamming it in the face for you. My fingers are so sticky. I'll have a big wash up in a moment. Right, that little bit I like. I want this on here somewhere. There's too much on that page. Maybe these aren't right. So I've got a couple of bits here that need something, obviously. What is that something? Right, there's colour here, so I can bring colour. Right, the quickest way I bring colour is one of these. Is this too big? That is way too big, Griffiths. brown. It's kind of the colour of the beak, but I like the smaller one. We've got green. Green is the winner so far. Let's pull the greens out. I think I have an idea. Watch in about maybe a month's time. Let me work on. There's something in this. I can't work out what it is yet, but there's something in this which is an idea. My brain has sort of clicked into gear, and I need to think about it. Is pink too delicate? Pink is too delicate. I need to mull it over. Something has just come to me. It could go across there. That feels right there. I think what we're going to do is I'll finish this page and then we'll do a little bit of a flip through of what is here currently, because I don't know myself how much more I've got to do in here. I have a suspicion there's quite a considerable amount more to do in here before we do the final flip through. But that's not going to be on video, guys. I can't dedicate. Well, let's see, if I do the cover as a video and I do the flip through at the end as a video, that's another 2 videos. I can't dedicate that much more time to this project because I have at least another 2 projects in the wings waiting. I like that. It definitely needs something there. So I've just had a look through some of the spare pages that I took out, and I found I'd tell you a story. I was looking for Mother Goose, but I couldn't find Mother Goose. So I'm going to use the tear ruler. This is We Are Memory Keepers. It comes in a set of 3. And I'm going to tear this out and hopefully not ruin the page. And I want this to have a bit more of a rugged edge. As you can see, I normally use my metal ruler just to get a torn but a straight edge. Right, that needs fussy cutting, but that's one side. However, I just want this one to have a little more character than normal. Press down really firmly and tear towards you. I'm lining this up on the lines on my mat just to try to make sure that I can be a bit picky about things being very, very straight. So this is the way that I deal with it. By lining stuff up, I can usually line the ruler up with the lines on the mat and get as close as I can to a straight line, let's put it that way. I've tried giving up on being absolutely perfect as far as stuff like that goes, because it's paper, it's age, it's a technique, you can't control everything, even though myself and many others would like to think we can. Right, just want to give this a bit of a smooth out. Not that I mind too much those wrinkles in the edge. The wrinkles in the edge will actually smooth out when it's glued, but it'll also benefit me as when I'm putting the ink on, it will catch more on that torn edge. And I think that across there will just look absolutely what I want it to look. So I get that on there without getting it wonky. And I think that's enough. I think that's enough on that page. Right, we're going to do a really quick flip, basically for you and for me, so I can see what I still need to do, and I think I've got at least half the book to do, but it'll also give you a chance to see the stuff that I updated when you weren't here. So I've already discussed that. I glued those together. I'm really happy because this is my opening page, my title page, or this book belongs to, or when it was, this feels right to me. Right, I did put a couple of things on here, but this still needs some travel-y sort of stuff. Maybe a label or 2 on there. I'm not sure, I might just leave that as it is because I like it. This definitely needs more on it. This is finished-ish. I'm still unsure. There's something on here. I might come in with some acrylic paint, and I've got a splatter stamp, and I might put some maybe gold splatters on here, not with a paintbrush. This one we did today, I don't know that this is fully finished, but it's going in the right direction. Again, this one could have something, but if it doesn't, it doesn't bother me. It's a beautiful page. This one we did. This one, I love this as well. I think this is the page that these are probably going to go into. In fact, I'm almost certain that's where these are going to go. I'm just going to leave those there just to remind me about that. I think we did this in the last video or the video before. This gold page, this is going to, not sure I'm going to do that one. Not sure what I'm going to do there. This was one I did without you. I think we did this together. I think we did this in this video, didn't we? This one we finished off. This one, I quite like this as it is. Like, I've got one of those swatches there, but I quite like this as it is. Maybe a word or one label, I don't know. We'll see in the final flip through. Again, this has got nothing on it. It'll need doing. This again needs doing, although it's quite pretty. Again, this looks like it's almost done. I could pretty much leave this as it is. This one, we put the washi on the other day. I actually put some little tiny strips of butterflies on there. I felt it just needed one more thing. This, I think, will get left as it is unless I put something in there. Maps. That one, was that done with you? I can't remember whether I did that with you. This one, I think this is going to have a few songbirds in here, this one. There's another one that's just open to work. This one, I've got some autumn leaves, which you may have sort of caught a glance of. I think they're going to go on to this one. This one, I think, is finished. Maybe a label there. This one, I think we did in a video. This one needs some stuff. Gosh, there's a lot to do, isn't there? Definitely a lot to do. This is going to be a challenge. I'm not sure what I want to do on here. This page is staying as it is. The only thing I will do, in the course of time, I may come in and colour those in because I really enjoyed colouring in the frog. This one, I think, is done. It's certainly closer to done than not done. This one we did in one of my videos. No, did a video? I think this was it done in a video. This one we've just done. I'm liking that. That's subtle. I do feel it needs something here, but in the course of time. This is one I did the early hours of this morning when I couldn't sleep. This is the one where I coloured the frog in. See, look. A frog, he goes a wooing go. A frog, he would a wooing go. I tell you, it's written in Old English or something. That really is lovely. I like that. I'll be doing more of that. And of course, have to have a dragonfly in. It's me, don't I? This was today. Certainly not what I expected to do as a page. Interesting. This feels like it needs a little poem or something stuck onto it. I have to have a look in my Edith Holden. I think Edith Holden might have something I could put in there. We already did that. I think I did that one last night. I did this one off camera because I can tell you, this took me about an hour to do this because I just didn't know which direction to take this in. But I'm glad I did it. That one we just done. Not sure this is finished. I feel this needs a something. This was already done. This, I believe, was already done. And that was it. So, guys, the next video from me will be the colour combo, which will go out on the 1st of October. Then the video after that, we're going to work on the cover. And I've got some ideas now. I think I know what I want to do with the cover. I was very, very tempted to leave it as it is, but it doesn't reflect the arty me that's within here. And I really do want to do something about that. And when the cover's done, then I will collage all of this. And I might collage around this to have This Book Belongs To left in there. I'm not sure of that yet. So, all that's left for me to say is goodbye. So, I'm Ceri the Crafter. That's Ceri the Crafter. Until next time, goodbye now.